Hey guys, welcome to my first news video for Guild Wars 2. I'm going to be talking about what's happening on the April 15th patch with all the new fantastic upgrades that ArenaNet are offering us for free, which is quite nice. First of all the changes at the moment that are coming in are pretty average, to be honest. I don't think there's going to be anything game changing. The only thing that might change a huge amount of play style is the current rune and sigil system. There's lots of debate whether this is actually going to be any good or not. So I'm still waiting until the patch comes out before I make any sort of speculation on whether it's going to be good or not. Personally, I don't think it's going to change too much in the game because a lot of people actually pick their weapons because of the weapon rather than what runes they can put on it. The interesting thing is actually the focus on the new account bound stuff. I quite like this actually. The new account bound wardrobe is going to be fantastic for me. I collect skins and have filled up my bank countless times with it. I personally hope that they bring back all the living story skins that we would have collected over the time and give us an opportunity to recollect them so we can actually add them to our wardrobe. Odds of this happening though probably very slim because a lot of them are worth quite a bit of cash. I personally think that if they could bring those back, especially the ones that you definitely can't get anymore, just some form of getting them back into the game for a little bit, maybe through the fractals or something similar with a same low percentage drop chance so it doesn't affect the economy too much, would be fantastic. The other thing as well is the new dice system. Now, dice going account bound has actually destroyed the trading post at the moment. If any of you have been online recently, you would have seen that even the blue dice that were going for just a few copper a couple of days ago are now going for well up into the silver. I think they've increased like 100 times in price, which is actually ridiculous. The economy is going through a huge flux at the moment, so if you were planning on investing in anything, I would personally wait. My personal view on that is that I think actually what's going to happen is the dice are going to have a sudden crash in price as soon as the new patch comes out, because so many people are going to unlock loads of unidentified dice. Personally, I mean, I've maxed out at least common and uncommon on 4 characters. It's not particularly hard to do, so adding that I couldn't count how many unidentified dies I'm going to get, so I think there's going to be a sudden price crash in those, and if I was you, I would hold on to them or just use them. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's going to end up being much of a muchness really, with the whole die price going up. Also the social improvements as well. I mean, I know my guild was moaning about trying to work out what's going on with guild members logging in at the right time. I think this is going to suddenly change everything that we need to do. It's going to make our life a lot easier because there are ways to get around it. I mean, at the end of the day, it was put in to stop the elite guilds just kicking any player that they wanted at any moment for not being online 15 minutes a day or something stupid. But elite guilds are always going to be elite guilds. All it's done is actually hinder smaller guilds who, don't have much space and actually wanted to know when people have been online or not. I personally like this new change. I think it would be pretty good. Also, I'm liking the new switch from just soul-bound items to account-bound. I think everyone's been moaning at some point about not getting the World versus World experience. I haven't been too bothered, but World versus World has only been a recent thing for me, and I can see why some people get annoyed. I think it's going to be a really nice change. It means that actually it should open up World v World a lot more to players that play alts a lot. I mean, I have all 8 professions now at level 80, so I'd be wanting to go into World v World with all of them, see which ones I like, and now I've actually got the opportunity and I haven't wasted my time. So I've definitely been that, and the change to the Legendary and Ascended gear. Now this is a massive change for everyone. I'm personally excited about it because I have Ascended gear, spent a long time farming my Ascended gear. I haven't actually got a Legendary yet because I was torn about which legendary I wanted to go for personally. I mean, I'm an engineer, so legendaries weren't really a big thing on my list, but now that they're going account bound, I'm actually considering getting the rifle because I can use it on my warrior as well and actually get to enjoy it a little bit. The other thing as well is that it's completely changed my view on legendaries, whether they were actually worth getting now that they're going to account bound status. I think that I'll actually bother, but all it's done is actually probably the same for a lot of people. Made it very difficult to choose which legendary I want to go for now, because obviously there's so much choice with a greatsword and I can use it on several characters, so again it's which one do I go for now. Quip was also another option for me, but I never really liked Quip. I thought it was a very Mesmer-esque weapon and I personally didn't like it. I'm hoping that they also plan to bring out the new legendaries. Obviously with all these new switches to account bound, it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot worth actually collecting the legendaries for the stat switching as well. I mean, it means that my legendaries will be stuck in my bank for a long time and I just have to remember to go out and get my weapons, but I think it's going to improve my gameplay significantly. The final thing that I wanted to talk about is the repair costs and trait resets. Now this is a huge bonus to everyone. I mean, if you don't think this is a good idea, then I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone's going on about the Zerg meta at the moment, and personally I don't like the Zerg meta. I like to experiment and actually be efficient in my gameplay. I think that the Zerg meta is a very broken style of play. Obviously it works in the game and it does give you the most efficient way through, but the same problems that arise in the Zerg meta as in any other game. You end up with people looking at the very good players and saying, oh yeah, they can go in and Zerg this down in 3-4 seconds. That means that if I give the same way, I will be able to do the same thing, and it's not always the case. I've been in countless groups where they've been going, oh, we want Zergs only, and then they wipe on the first boss and they have no survivability and they've got no support classes and they just think that they can face roll through the game. So this will actually mean that you might find that bosses in the future will be a bit more balanced, because they can make a boss ridiculously difficult and you have to take a specific trait or some specific traits to deal with certain elements of that fight, which means that, you know, you can do that on the fly just before you go into the boss fight. I think this opens up, well, personally, a lot more utility, and hopefully we'll get rid of the go warrior berserker and just press 2 and hope for the best. Just, you know, you see it so many times. Also, I think overall these new, well, the whole thing is going to be fantastic. A good feature patch is always a good way to reinvent the game and bring out some new stuff. And just before the living story as well, my server's actually going to be doing a PvP tournament, so I'm going to be loading up loads more builds for you guys, hopefully as soon as this is all finished, and it should be fun. The other thing as well is obviously the new World v World tournament starts tomorrow, as I upload this, I believe. So that'll be a fun one to get involved with. I haven't actually done a lot of World v World, but my server has suddenly had a massive influx for World v World guilds, and everyone wants to be pushing World v World. So with our new community that's going through, hopefully we'll be doing pretty well in that tournament. So if any of you are in the EU Silver League, you might run into me and I will probably kill you. No, I'm not even going to pretend that's the case, because I'm so bad at World v World. But hopefully we'll have some good matchups, and if you see me, don't feel that just because I'm trying to kill you, you can't wave at me and say hello. But all in all, I think these new changes for the World v World system is going to be, well, World v World system for the whole system in the game is going to be fantastic. It's going to open up so many more aspects of the game, and hopefully it will see a lot more variety in the new gear we come out. Also, there are a few things that obviously everyone wants to see coming up in the next few patches. There's still 3 more announcements as I go through this. And with the new Living Story, hopefully they'll keep up the quality that came at the end of the last Living Story, because I think that was really well done. I think personally we've seen a huge improvement over the year. It's a new system. The new World v World system's working fantastic with all the traits and everything working together effectively. I think it'd be nice to just see a little bit more push towards the same level of dedication in PvE. Not so much with the amount of content coming up, but the quality. I think World v World's done really well. I think it's very well balanced. It's very well done. I think PvE needs a little bit more tweak. I'd love to see more paths like the Aether Blade path for Twilight Arbor, as well as some difficult dungeons where you have to specifically switch into a tank build and, you know, reset your traits and be able to take in a new armor set and change the way you are. I think it'd be a really, really effective way of playing this game. Thanks for watching my video, and I will speak to you again soon. Don't forget that you can find all the information, read more into the new changes on Guild Wars 2 itself on their website, and I will speak to you guys later. Thank you.